Welcome back to the Fight Cave. Today I'll be installing a brand new shaker motor to my Stern Avengers Infinity Quest Pinball. Shouldn't be too complicated. First I'm going to turn off the power, remove the lock bar, remove the glass, remove the pinballs, and then lift the play field. And after I'm done with that, I'll come back and show you what I'm gonna do next, okay? Before I do that though, let me go ahead and give you a look at the kit. Here's the actual motor. Has a little wiring harness here. Here's the cover. That way you install it and it doesn't grab anything else in the pinball. And here, I don't know what this is. I think this helps tell the tilt not to go off when it's shaking. So that's very important to add on. So this is all the things in the kit. Like I said, it shouldn't take too long. I'll be back. As you can see, the play field has been raised up. And we're gonna go ahead and take a look inside the table. And you see those 4 little drill holes to the top there? That's where the shaker motor is going to be put in. But in order for me to have a little more room to work with, I'm going to go ahead and remove this little coin drawer out of the way. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that quickly. Okay, I've screwed down the 4 screws to hold this down. And the next step I'm going to do is go ahead and run this wire and tuck them into these little, I don't know if they're little loops that help keep these wires nice and organized. So I'm gonna go ahead and unhook the hook, and I'll run it along all the way over here and get it looking real nice and neat. And then I will place a cover. The cover isn't a big deal. It's a white cover, 2 screws on top, one here, and then I'll go on to working, putting it into the node board. Okay, as you can see, the plastic covering has been put in place with 2 screws, real easy. I've put in these little brackets the wires, and what I've done now is I plugged in the shaker motor. I believe it's CN2, and there should be nothing there, and you just plug it in, right? Now what I've done is I've removed this, I think it's CN14, should be on the bottom right. So I pulled this, okay, I pulled that, and now I have to do something. It's a little wiring to make sure that the tilt doesn't go off when it starts to rumble. So that's what I'm gonna have to work on next, and that should be real simple. Okay, so when I pulled out CN14, which is the power, I connected it to this little mechanism right here, locked it, male, female, and then I connected it where I pulled it from into CN14. So we should all be good. Install the shaker motor. I made sure to try to keep these wires as neat as possible, and time to see if it all works and if it was worth the trouble. Okay, before we start, it's very important to know that I put over 600 games onto this table, so I should have a pretty good idea whether or not it is a boost to the overall gameplay. So let's go ahead and fire it up and let's see what it is. One of the things I noticed right away is whenever you hit the Thor ball capture or the Avengers the Tower multi-ball, you're going to get a little rumble. And then of course if you keep on hitting the Thor ball capture or the Avengers Tower ball luck, that eventually you're going to get a multi-ball. And I think this is where the shaker motor shines the most, and it has its biggest impact. At first, you know, it was a little bit, I guess you would say, awkward, because I already was in love with the game as is, and But after a couple of games, I uh, really found it to intensify multi balls. Another way in which I really liked the shaker motor is when during battles with members of the Black Order. Um, one of the things I never really noticed is when the enemies attacked me and took health from me. I was just kind of just looking at the playfield and taking shots, trying to hit my lanes, and really wouldn't notice when I was being attacked or when um, the members of the Black Order attacked me successfully. With a shaker motor, you're definitely going to feel when they attack you, and I really like that. It comes as a surprise, kind of startles you at first. But anytime you're in a gem quest, it's going to kick in, especially when you hit the correct lane or you hit the right ramp. You're definitely going to get that positive feedback vibration going through the machine. I think all the vibration or the shaker motor goes off in a very tasteful way. I was kind of worried it'd be kind of like overdone and um, not done. It's kind of like curse words, right? If you're saying curse words all the time, it kind of loses its effect. Um, but I find it to be, tastefully done, well timed, makes sense in regard to gameplay, and so that was very good. The only thing that would be kind of a critique is you could definitely feel it coming from just the right side. Like it would really be cool. It was kind of a balanced feeling, left to right. But obviously, you know, you can't complain too much. That would be my only small complaint. But do I think that this is worth it? Yeah. Especially when we talk about pinball and it's $150. That's pretty much pennies in the world of pinball, and it was very easy to set up. So if you have an Avengers Infinity Quest, I would definitely add this on to your machine. I also think it brings a kind of unique play experience to your table, right? There may be another, Affinity Quest somewhere nearby. But I think having a shaker motor gives a user a completely different experience, to be honest. It definitely changes up your interaction with a machine. And I think it's cool to say, hey, not only is this, a tough to find, um, you know, machine to play, right? It's not like you're getting something like, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, where, basically there's thousands of copies of that available throughout your city. If you get something like an Avengers Infinity Quest, it makes it a really rare and unique item that someone who comes to your house can experience. But furthermore, um, adding that shaker motor makes it just a little bit more unique. Just like adding a topper and some of the things that it unlocks makes it a very unique experience to whoever gets to enjoy it. So that's just my thoughts. I'm definitely not an expert or a long time pinball guy, but those are my thoughts. Thanks for watching, and until next time.